morning, it's Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP. We will be looking at the MACDs, moving averages and the daily support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Thursday the 13th of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 11,451 to support a run at this first major resistance level sitting at 11,747. Support from the broader market to break back through to 11,700 levels. Barring an extended rally, should see that first major resistance level cap any upside on the day. In the event of a breakout, second major resistance level at 11,924 and a resistance at 12,000 should cap any upside on the day. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 11,274 into play. Should see Bitcoin avoid sub 11,000s and that second major support level sitting at 10,978. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a widening of the bullish histogram and we're seeing the 50 EMA avoiding a crossover through the 200. So key through the morning would be avoiding a pullback through to sub 11,500 and that pivot to support a run back through to 11,800s. Moving across to EOS against the US dollar, bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see EOS avoid a fall through the pivot at 2.9876 to support a run at the first major resistance level, setting at 3.093. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for EOS to break out from yesterday's high that was at 3.05505. So barring an extended rally, expect first major resistance level and resistance at 3.1 to cap any upside on the day. In the event of a breakout, got second major resistance level sitting at 3.16. Pull back through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 2.9202 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, should see EOS avoid second major support level sitting at 2.8148. Looking at the MACDs, seeing a widening of the bullish histograms, supportive of a breakout through the morning. Looking at the moving averages, however, it's inconclusive. Got a possible crossover of the 100 through the 200. That would be a bearish signal. So avoiding a pullback through to sub 3s and that pivot level key through the morning. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, bullish start to the morning, tracking the broader market. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fall through the pivot at 380.68 to support a run at its first major resistance level sitting at 396.18. Support from the broader market is going to be needed to break back through the morning high of 390.65. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect the first major resistance level and resistance at 400 to cap any upside on the day. In the event of a breakout, there is the second major resistance level sitting at 405 to limit any upside. The pullback through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 371.78 and the 38.2% fib at 367 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, Ethereum should avoid second major support level sitting at 356.3. Looking at the MACDs, we're seeing a widening of the bullish histogram supportive of the early breakout. And the moving averages, we're seeing the 50 widen against the 200 and narrow against the 100, supportive of a breakout through the morning. So a move back through that first major resistance level to target 400 would support a breakout on the day and bring that second major resistance level into play. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, it's a bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 0.28. Support around the first major resistance level sitting at 28.92. Support from the broader market is going to be needed to break out from yesterday's high. That was at 28.755. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, second major resistance level at 29.61 should limit any upside on the day. A pullback through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 27.37 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, should see Ripple's XRP avoid sub 27s and the second major support level sitting at 26.50. Looking at the MACDs, we're seeing that widening of the bullish histogram supportive of this early breakout, and we're seeing the 50 EMA flatten against the 100 and the 200. There is a possible bearish crossover of the 100 through the 200, however. So a move back through to 0.29 levels, that first major resistance level through to 0.29 levels, would support a return to 0.3 levels through the week. So key through the morning is to avoid that pivot level at 0.28.